All right, here we are, Lightshade LE. We have our red Protoss player who just came from a win, so he's all hyped up and warmed up. It's Xon's Ruiyichi.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the other American Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing a new team, Genesis Gaming. It is PiLiPiLi.
Pilly's not walling. It's very interesting.
Yeah. You know, Pili, he's very liberal, you know, he's very anti-wall, if you will. He wants none of that exclusion. He's all about...
You can't make that joke. You can't do that, dude.
Oh my god.
You can't say that.
You're like, that's too far, mate. It's too far. Alright.
I understood what you mean, but like, you can't do that.
Oh god. You know, he's all about letting his opponent into his base, right? There's no Reaper to block. You don't have to block the Reaper ramp. It's odd, right? Especially in PvP, because you kind of expect like potentially adepts are coming across, so you need to wall off that ramp, right?
Exactly, like that's why you should wall, to make sure that the adepts don't get in. Not because he's a
Oh my god, I was trying, before I said that, I was trying to think of a better way to phrase what I was going
you didn't
for.
make it better.
Yeah, and in the end, I was like, this is the word I'm going to use. I'm committing to this word.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Right after the elections have just finished up, like,
Oh,
shit.
did they finish?
Okay. Pretty much done.
Okay. There we go. So we're
not
in
getting into that.
Yep. We're closing out the year. We're closing out 2020. Things are wrapping up, and you know, in the end, Pili, it looks like he's still gonna get that wall. It's a little bit later than I guess would have been safe. And we didn't really get to talk about it. This is an interesting proxy location.
Yeah, it's a little far. Maybe he just wants to like mess with Pili. Pretend it's not a proxy, but it's kind of a proxy ish, you know. But adepts are coming in.
God.
Pili isn't reacting.
Oh my god, this is what we were talking about.
No. 5 probes going down, light 6, 7, 8 maybe.
Oh, calm down, 6. Yeah. I mean, 2 adepts, they have the power to one-shot probes, but because there was a shield battery, once one falls, it's a little bit harder to keep going. But like, as you said, like that's something that happens a lot in PvP, and you would expect to happen, which is why you get a wall. But Pili didn't get a wall, and he's still not getting a wall.
No, he's not.
He's delayed Warp Cake for quite a bit as well.
I think he thinks it's DTs. That's why he's cornering out a observer.
Do you think? Hold on. Do you think? Because PiLiPiLi, do you think he was shooting into the previous game, to the previous series, and he's like, "Yo, DTs."
It's a possibility. he was free, but you know, 2 oracles and a bunch of adepts are going into the base, and Pili now figures out what it is. It's oracles. It was a Stargate overnight, but one of the oracles do go down instantaneously. But not before 4 probes fell.
Is 2 oracles worth 4 probes though? Like,
I'd say no, especially like I think the 4 probes died from the adepts too. I'm not just kidding, but I would say it wasn't worth it. I think if the adepts got in there as well, like together, it would have been worth it, because he'd probably get like 10 probes or something like that, and you want to get rid of the adepts in PvP anyway, so It's like might as well throw him out, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of the ideal scenario. And ooh, forces a recall, gets all the adepts at home. But again, adepts aren't really ideal against this kind of army. Ooh, an immortal pops out just in time though, but it gets stuck on the other side of the wall.
This is gonna get a little scary.
Oh my god, he gets force fielded again. And okay, he doesn't warp in more sentries. I'm like, yo, is this just gonna keep happening like until the Nexus goes down? It could, but it looks like just
pushing for, he's fighting the main army while the immortal is behind the force field. If he clears this up, this is gonna be a lot easier to fight against, but the force field has went down. PiLiPiLi's doing some cute Warp Prism micro, but is it gonna be enough though? Light, the immortal falls.
Oh,
There's still a good amount of stalkers.
Yeah, there is. And you know what? Overcharge is used. Surprisingly, Overcharge can reach all the way to the low ground, and it keeps the stalkers alive.
There's a second immortal light.
It's stuck. It can't move. Its legs are jittering. It wants to get in on the action, but it just can't get there. And it looks like Ruiyichi has enough to defend.
That was scary.
That was scary.
Oh, the chase!
Oh god. Yo, that Warp Prism is so low. He wants it. He wants that Warp Prism so bad. And you know what? The Immortal's gonna go down.
Still a lot of stalkers from Ruiyichi, though. Oh, PiLiPiLi's micro is pretty good, though, so he can pull this off, right?
Yeah, he definitely can. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but he was so on point with those last minute force fields. He was able to stop the Immortal from coming down, the second Immortal from coming down as well. The Nexus is getting lower and he's pushing in, and he just has so much more here compared to Ruiyichi.
It's Immortal being made, though. Ruiyichi just has to buy time for that Immortal, but this Nexus is gonna fall. Should use the Chrono Boost on the Warp Prism, or the Robo Sleep, but oh well. Oh no, light!
Oh god, it's all about the Warp Prism micro. Both of them are microing as best they can. Ruiyichi's trying to keep all his stalkers alive. There are shield batteries in production on the way. Overcharge gets used again, and with the overcharge, he's going to be able to stop PiLiPiLi. But PiLiPiLi, mate, you got the Nexus.
Now he's just camping. You think he's gonna make a Nexus? You think he's gonna expand?
He's walled. He can't. He's walled off. He has to break a pylon to get down to the low ground.
All right.
GG. Oh my. Huh.
PiLiPiLi with that aggression, man. PiLiPiLi was just like, screw it, let's go.
Part of me feels like, do you think Ruiyichi thought he was more behind than he was?
I think at that point he lost so many units that it was gonna snowball. Like, he's never gonna catch up in units. Like, I think he wants to like try to get like, you know, Immortals to counter the Stalkers, but like I think at by the time he does, like, he's gonna have a way smaller army no matter what, and he has to fight down a ramp, right?
Yeah.
Where PiLiPiLi can just sit at the natural, essentially.
I say that mainly because like it didn't look like PiLiPiLi would be able to expand anytime soon, so they would be both stuck on one base, and Ruiyichi would have the Immortal advantage and the high ground and those shield batteries, so it'd be harder for PiLiPiLi to end the game. So I think Ruiyichi could have like elongated the game, but whether he would be able to catch up in terms of army, like that's a different question.
Yeah. Well, we have our red Protoss player. He's down one. What can bring it back on death or LE? We have our Exxon player, Ruiyichi.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the American Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Genesis Gaming. It is PiLiPiLi. He's going for the wall.
PiLiPiLi's so good that his probes can block building gateways.
My god. Do you think that the way that Pili opened up in the first game was indicative to how he was going to play that game out? Like the fact that he didn't have a wall, that like he had like a bunch of gateways surrounding his base and all that stuff. Like,
I think the depths and the Oracle coming into his base, like, just had him decide to just attack. Because he didn't do any damage to Ruiyichi, right? Ruiyichi did, like, killed like what, 10 probes in total, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Right. So it's like, all right, you know, put up that pylon wall, send out that orb prism. Like he sent his units out like already, and it was just like, let's go fight him. I think he noticed. I think his sixth sense kicked in, and like when he saw all the adepts, like, 'cause he had like 4 adepts. Ruiyichi had like 4 adepts trying to like get in, right?
Yeah.
And then when they left, he's like, he probably doesn't have much at home, so counterattack. Right. Just wall the front door. He doesn't have any more oracles, counterattack.
Yeah. And honestly, it worked out well for PiLiPiLi.
It's a Stargate?
Yeah,
Okay.
this time Pili's the one going for the Stargate.
Why is it that all our Protoss players, one of them goes Stargate, and then the second one, the next game, goes Stargate?
I mean, it just, part of that like goes to show how like flexible PvP is. Like, you know, you can go Stargate, you can go Robo, you can go DTs, you can proxy your buildings, all that good stuff.
Do you think it's them being flexible or them just flexing on their opponent? You know, it's like, you know, the first game someone goes Stargate, and then the next game it's like, oh, let me show you how you Stargate. It's a Void Ray.
It is a Void Ray.
Yo, is there gonna be a second Stargate anytime soon?
This is hold on. This is what is happening right now is crazy. I don't fully understand it. I imagine PiLiPiLi has a history with Ruiyichi. That's why he's been opening and playing the way he has. Because again, he threw down like a blind shield battery up here. Like, again, very safe, very almost scared of how Ruiyichi plays. Just like last time.
Ruiyichi did throw a blind shield battery as well. Pretty much at the same spot, kind of.
Oh my God, okay, fair enough.
I think both players are a little worried about each other.
Fair enough. And you know what? Like this shield battery, it is in range of the probes as well. Like in case a pylon block gets missed, like you just have to kill one of the adepts, and not too many probes are going to be going down. But the pylon block does go down, and Ruiyichi, he did get scouted. You know, PiLiPiLi is aware that he has a much faster nexus, a much faster expand. But yeah, we're just kind of chilling at the moment. And
is Ruiyichi just gate pushing?
Yo, he's not stopping the Void Ray production.
I think Ruichi's just gate pushing. Like, they're units in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
He had a proxy pylon at the north as well. I think he like swooped in stalkers, and
yeah, we'll see if he's going to be able to do anything with this. Like, he pokes in, he sees the Void Rays, and he just goes back home. He's like, all right.
He's like, didn't I see this before?
Oh God,
I know what to do. Oh, he's doing the same thing.
It's proxy this time.
He's like, I know what to do.
So, obviously, this is very different to how Legacy played, right? PiLiPiLi, he already has a Robo, you know, so this time he has the opportunity to get detection out. So, I don't know if the DTs are going to deal enough damage. We'll see. Ruichi's gonna go in with the hallucination scout, so he's gonna be able to spot the Robo, he's gonna be able to spot the Stargate. So like immediately he already has an idea of what he wants to target down. He's like, okay, I'm gonna try and focus on the pylons, or I'm gonna go for the workers with these DTs.
Do you think he's gonna be as committed as he did against E-Legacy?
That's a good question. Part of me wants him to, it's hard because he doesn't have an observer, but part of me would like would like it if he waited for PiLiPiLi to move out and then go in, because he's like pretty well set up defensively. He's even already getting an observer as well, so like he's gonna have detection. Even if the observer goes across the map, he can always recall it back home.
Oh, Pili is moving out. DTs are moving out as well. I think Pili doesn't have much of an army. It's 2 stalkers, couple a zealot, couple of depths, sentry.
Yeah, I don't know how much stock I put into these void rays because they're nice, they're fancy, but they can get one shot by these stalkers. It can take a while.
Are in the main and natural, slicing away at probes.
My God,
There's
yeah.
another observer being built, chronoed out.
he's not turning around. He's not recalling. He doesn't even keep his void ray at home. He's just rallied across the map.
Yeah, because the fight's happening light. The shield overcharge is so good. The void rays are trying to do their best to kamehameha these stalkers, but that shield overcharge, man.
Oh my God.
It's the sensu bean of StarCraft.
GG, and we were talking about it. It's like the void rays are fancy, they're nice, and we saw them all like activate their beams and push in, and then like one by one they got one shot, and the overcharge just kept everything alive. We're going to that ace match, Milk.
We're going to that ace match.
Milk, what was going through Pili's mind when he made all those void rays?
Dude, I don't even know. I know. When it comes to like PvP, right? Like when I see 2 Stargates building void rays, it makes sense to me. Gold mass void rays, pew pew everything. You know, why not get the flux veins, right? You know, do that as well. This one void ray, you're just mixing void rays, or one Stargate, you're mixing void rays into your army. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. It's
like, shield overcharge is so good, and mass stalkers is just so good against that. So it's like, and Ruiyichi also got blink as well, so it's like,
yeah, it's an interesting decision. Like, I feel like void rays, as you said, like you either mass void ray, but in the PvP, I just feel like that never works. Or like they're a good support unit. But you were pointing it out as PiLiPiLi was pushing across the map. Like it felt like he didn't really have a solid ground army for the void rays to support. So when the fight happened, the void rays just got targeted down, you know, and and after they died, like that was it. Like that was all he had.
Well, we're tied up light here on Juggernaut LE. We have our red Protoss player playing for Team X on. It is Ruiyichi.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the American Protoss player. He is one of the best Protosses in all of the North Americas. I believe he's still in DreamHack. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know he did make it to the group stage. I'm not too sure if he made it to the playoffs, but he's definitely worthy of it. He is representing Genesis Gaming. It is PiLiPiLi. All right, so honestly, I'm impressed. I'm impressed that Ruiyichi was able to take a game, like on paper. Like the game itself was like, Pili, what are you doing? but it's impressive, and we could be in a timeline where Ruiyichi takes out PiLiPiLi.
What universe are we in, like?
It could be this universe. This could be Ruiyichi's breakout performance. Like, because again, like if you !B in the chat, if you look at the bracket, PiLiPiLi is the biggest heavy hitter here. Like he is the biggest name. He is the highest ranked player here. He's like 6K plus on NA. He's on top of the ladder. You know, the other big players, the other big names are Ruiyichi and Pucker Mike. You know, like these are the 3 Protosses that we really have today, and if Ruiyichi can take out PiLiPiLi, that's huge.
Is it Protoss Day? Is everyone Protoss today?
Yes, pretty much.
God.
And I know how much you love PvP, Milk.
Oh, I got a proxy light. You know how much I like PvP.
Yeah, boy, and it's rallied straight into the main base. We are probably going to see an Oracle, and you know this is kind of what Ruiyichi did to PiLiPiLi in game 1.
Yeah, kind of. Kind of. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I mean, the proxy was much further away in game 1. It was an interesting proxy location.
But is Pili gonna make a depths?
Ooh. Will
I don't
he?
think Pili has made any kind of crown unit. I could be wrong. He made 2 stalkers.
He has 2 stalkers that are going out across the map. Meanwhile, Ruiyichi, he's looking for the proxy, but he does just barely miss it. He's looking everywhere except for that location. Oh my god! Okay, he spots it. He sees it. He knows.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Alright. It's go time.
Oh.
Oh, stalker fight?
Oh, stalker fight.
Ooh, got the first shot. Is he gonna kill it? Nah, shield batteries are good.
The shield batteries are pretty good. Meanwhile, 2 more stalkers were warped in defensively, and the shield battery was thrown down in the middle line, so the Oracle did no damage.
So, what universe are we in? Like, does Ruiyichi win?
He could. This is a good start. This isn't the end of the game because you know what, PiLiPiLi, he didn't lose his Oracle. He still has plenty of energy. He can still keep it alive and dip in and out whenever he feels like it. He has to be careful not to lose it needlessly. And you know what? He's committing to this. He's getting a second Oracle so he can out DPS that shield battery.
3 stalkers in the main base, like
Yo,
Ruiyichi knows.
He knows.
Ruiyichi is calling this.
Oh, he's getting ready.
He sees this. He saw the future.
You know what though? PiLiPiLi, he just used Revelation and he sees Ruiyichi, so he knows that he's in position.
So that means he shouldn't go in, right?
Yo, he's going in. Okay. Yeah, we'll wait and see if he finds a good moment. I mean, behind this, PiLiPiLi, he's got a natural. He got his natural faster than his opponent, much faster, and because of that, he does have that economic lead. So you know, he's not out of this.
He's got Robo as well, so gonna start getting that mortal count. Ruiyichi getting for Blink, however, not getting Robos yet, quite yet, but the Oracle.
Oh my god. PiLiPiLi.
About keeping your Oracles alive, like.
PiLiPiLi, what are you doing right now, mate? What is going on? PiLiPiLi, he is streaming right now. He is, I mean, so that's kind of what he named himself. You know, after he left Cosmos, he's like, you know what? I'm done with competitive play. I'm gonna be a streamer. And then that lasted like a good solid week or 2. And then he qualified for DreamHack. He joined another team. He's like, you know what? I'm still good. I still got this. But Ruiyichi is here to prove him wrong. You know, he's here to say, this is Ruiyichi's moment. This is his tournament. This is it.
Whose army is gonna be better, like Immortals and Stalkers or Bleak Stalkers? Oh, he's gonna do some cheeky play.
Blink Stalkers are pretty good. He could be a little bit cheeky, but you know what? The Stalkers are moving forward. God, oh god.
We'll see if PiLiPiLi's micro is good enough to fight this. He does have a second immortal coming along, so we'll see light. That immortal's waddling.
Oh, Blink, it's just finished up. We have a shield battery as well. Overcharge is available for Ruiyichi. He has to hold here and now if he wants to win this game. I mean, even pull the boys, pull the girls if you need to.
Guardian Shields are activated. Zealots going in front to tank some damage. War Prism's got sniped. Mortals are trying to do some work. One Immortal in the back flank, trying to kill off all the Stalkers. It's actually doing so much damage. Like 4 Stalkers went down from that one Immortal.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that Immortal got so much damage. 4 kills on it. Overcharge gets used now, but again, the shield battery wasn't in the best position, but the Immortal gets focused down, and now Ruiyichi, he's the one with the Immortal. Oh god, oh god, but for how long? Keep it alive, stay back, kite back, puppy. Oh god.
Good micro from both players, but through this fight, like Ruiyichi lost 15 probes. That puts PiLiPiLi in the economic lead at least, and it seems like PiLiPiLi wants to keep pushing on the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, he is rallying across the map. The one thing going for Ruiyichi is that he did snipe that War Prism earlier, and PiLiPiLi hasn't remade it. Never mind, he did remake it. It's already here. And with that, like, oh god, I feel like there's so much potential here for PiLiPiLi. Like, he can warp in, he can even, oh god, he's looking to sneak into the main.
He's gonna get more probe kills.
Oh god. Okay. I was
scary. Like,
yeah, I was a little
scary.
bit. I was worried that Ruiyichi was gonna send his whole army up into his main. It was looking like that for a minute.
Oh.
And
Looked like PiLiPiLi kind of missed micro there. He like split off his army and half went to attack and half didn't. So it was a really awkward moment. So many adepts though, like.
yeah, there's so many adepts, and that's the problem, right? Like, sure, Ruiyichi has the Immortal, but Immortals, they don't do too well. Can he block the ramp? He does!
Ruiyichi being really smart, sending a probe up the ramp just to make sure it can block off and wall so the adepts can't go in. But fight's happening, sentries going down so quick because of the adepts are so good against them. It looks like Ruiyichi has way more stalkers than PiLiPiLi does, but oh, this is scary.
We'll see. I mean, it looks like again, he's keeping the zealots alive, keeping the adepts alive, and they're so important because they're just a buffer. They're a buffer so that even though even though there are less stalkers and only one immortal, like they're dealing so much damage behind all the adepts.
That immortal went down super quick for Ruiyichi. A nice blink to snipe the War Prism and the Immortal, but probes had to be pulled off the line. Another Immortal coming into the fight. GG is called. PiLiPiLi clutched it out at the end, like.
Wow, GG. The War Prism micro was just too good from PiLiPiLi, and I feel like that's something that, I don't know. I was gonna say that that's something that was missing from Ruiyichi, but at the same time, like, I feel like you get blink on your stalkers to skip War Prism a little bit, right? Like,
I was surprised that he wasn't pumping out Immortals, like, because like he had so much time, right?
Yeah,
like between the fights, and so like PiLiPiLi was pumping out Immortals and whatever ground units you wanted, and like he had the War Prism to essentially emulate blink, whereas Ruiyichi had blink. He was making stalkers, he had sentries, but he wasn't pumping. Like, I think he only had that one Immortal for that whole time.
Yeah, for like the past like 3 or so minutes, like he only had one. Like his robo production just stopped completely. Yeah. And you know what? I'm just gonna quickly check the stream. And Ruiyichi, he didn't have too many resources banking, but he definitely should have prioritized like getting out more Immortals. Like that would have been like the defender's advantage that he needed, right? Like that close robo rally.
Yeah, I think if he kept building Immortals and with that defender's advantage, he'd have a better chance. But he did lose 15 probes in the first fight.
True.
So that kind of takes a toll on his economy.
That was so close. GG. Ruiyichi gets knocked down into the lower brackets, where he will have another chance to fight his way back, and PiLiPiLi advances to the next round.